Hey everybody, this is Doc with Tampa Bay Freedom Press. How you doing? I'm coming to you from Tampa Bay, Florida. Excuse me. I'm at the library right now. Good place for information and good place to exercise your rights. Uh, Today, what I have here is, see that. I hope it's not backwards. I gotta figure out how to do this. Okay, that's a United States District Court. What this is a Title 42, 1983 form. And what this form does is, if you believe your government representative or public servant has violated your rights, this is the form you need. Okay, you can go to the library and download this form for 50 cents. 50 cents. Okay, and in it, you basically put your name, where you're at, um, the name of the person, the representative or public servant that you think violated your rights. You put that down. You also put down what rights you think they violated and in what way. That's all you need. There's not a whole lot of information you need here. Um, you're going to need their basic information, their name, address where they can be served, because they got to get the paperwork. Um, and you fill it out, 7 pages long. Okay. Let me get another copy of it here, because this one here that I've started to fill out is, I stapled it. Okay. First one's just a cover sheet. Cover sheet just names you as the plaintiff and the main defendant. Okay. There's some stuff that the uh, federal clerk will have to fill out. Okay, that's the number one sheet. The second sheet is going to be the parties to complaint. Okay, that's you, me, any other citizen that's sick and tired of it. All right, that's basically your name, address, phone number, where you live, all that good stuff, email, so they can contact you with what's going on. All right, and on the same page, it starts with the defendants. They give you enough room for 4 defendants. Okay. Um, some cases there might be more. If there is, you write those on a separate piece of paper and attach it. That's all you got to do. Okay. Uh, that's the second sheet of paper. All right. Third piece of paper continues the second one, but it also has basis of jurisdiction, federal officials or state or local. So basically, you want to know, is it a federal employee or a police officer? Something like that. You got to know which one's which. It's pretty easy. Okay. And there's also a Bivens complaint. That's not what we're going over here. We're going over a basic non-prisoner Title 42, 1983 civil right complaint. Okay. The next one is statement of claim. Where did the events giving rise to your claim occur? Where are you at? Where did it happen? That's all you got to do. Okay. What date? An approximate time. Okay. So they want to know time, location. Where did this happen? What time of day? Basically, that's it. And then what are the basic facts? Just the basics. They don't need case law precedents, statutes, anything like that. Just the facts, okay? I'm this person, X person did this, pretty simple, okay? Then the next page is injuries, okay? How were you hurt? Were you physically hurt? Were you mentally hurt? Um, did you get cut, broken bones, fractured face? Um, were you tortured? Was it more mental anguish? Okay, that's what you describe here and under injuries in the complaint form. Okay, once you do that, you go to injuries, or I'm sorry, that's what you just described. the next thing is going to be relief. Okay, what kind of relief do you want? What do you, if there are injuries and there's medical bills, you would want your medical bills paid. Um, Stuff like that. That's, I believe, comprehensive. I believe punitive would be the pain and suffering. Okay, you broke my arm. Okay, uh, it hurt. I couldn't work for X amount of time. I should get this X amount of money for pain and suffering. Okay, so that's all described under Section 5 relief. Okay, I mean, it seems a little daunting, but once you start reading this document and looking at it, it's actually pretty simple. A lot of people get intimidated by it because it's 7 pages long. And yeah, that's basically the majority of it. The next one is certification and closing. So basically, you fill all that out, okay, and you sign your name to it. This is honest, like you're in court. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me. Okay, you fill this out, okay, print your name, sign it, all that good stuff, date, all that. And if you're doing it pro se, pro per, whatever, you're representing yourself, that's where you sign. And if an attorney, you have someone help you, this is where they would actually put their information, so they could be contacted as well. All right, that's the last page. And that is a U.S. Code Title 42, 1983 document that you fill out. Once you fill that out, you take it to the courthouse, okay? And there's places on this thing. See if I can get them on the camera. These places right here, over here, all this is for the clerk of the court to fill out. Those are the official docket numbers and all that good stuff. Another thing about filing civil claims, there's a processing fee. You know, the government, they're gonna want the monies, even though they take all of ours. Crazy. Anyway, let me look through this little stack of papers I got here at the library. Okay, because you can get a lot of this stuff at the public library for pretty cheap. Okay, let me see here. Okay, it's a 2-page, I know, another form. But it's a form that if you're like me and you beg for a living, panhandle, solicit in the street, okay? I did 60 days in jail for that, by the way. That's why they started all this. I just wanted to be left alone. Well, Tampa, you don't want to leave me alone? This is what you get. Love everybody out there. Okay, but there is a filing fee for your Title 42, 1983 relief claim, okay? And it's application to proceed in district court without prepaying fees or court costs, okay? Basically, if you've ever been to court and you don't have a lawyer and you want one, they're gonna say you need to fill out a document saying how much you make, how much you're worth, what you own, what you don't own, your financial state at that point in time. And if you don't have the funds to hire a private attorney, they expensive. Ain't they expensive? You're gonna need some money. Well, if you ain't got that kind of money, you file this. Okay, basically saying similar to a public defender, I can't cover the cost because it's well over $400 per case. Okay, so if you got 10 cases, you're gonna need $4,000 just for that, just to file. That's a lot of money. Well, I beg for money for a living just to get food and water and try to get some shelter. Where am I going to come up with $400 to file this? Well, this is what you do. You just get this, you take that into court with your 1983, and you hand them both to the clerk. Clerk says yes on this one, that's the fee relief, okay? They say okay on that, you're good to go. Then they'll say, okay, what's your problem? Say, okay, I will Title 42, 1983, I'd like to file, okay? And then the case is filed, and then you proceed from there. That's where I'm at in this whole process. It's long and exhausting, but you know, you got to stick with it. These are our rights. And if you ever read the Declaration of Independence, it states in it that the whole country is a self-governing society. Everybody has a duty, even people that look like me, to hold their own government accountable, not just, you know, our representatives and public servants, but our fellow man. Hey, don't do that. That's wrong. You can't treat people like that. Okay? And our nation was built on that principle. And in the Declaration of Independence, it states, hey, look, these these volunteers who go out and volunteer to conduct the daily government operations, you know, cutting the grass, taking out the trash, deciding, you know, writing the rules for commerce, stuff like that. That's all they need to do. They don't need to go, you know, overboard, which is what they do. They get a little power and they anoint themselves royalty and nobles. I have power over you. You must do what I say. No, sir. Because if you look into the Declaration of Independence, the only document we really do celebrate, we celebrate big on the 4th of July, don't we all? Big. It says in that document that all citizens grant the power to the representatives and servants. We all agree on that. We need some kind of government so all of society functions without chaos. So okay, we did that. When we did that, we said, okay, here's the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Here's the restrictions on these volunteers. They're going to run the government for everybody, the whole society. Okay, y'all are going to volunteer and represent us, that's fine, but we just bucked on a king, said we don't want you to rule us. Y'all remember that, okay? Here's our Declaration of Independence stating each fact. Remember to read that, y'all. Here's our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. Here's the rules of our governing system. Okay, volunteers say, we can do that. We'll follow these rules. Nope. No, a little bit of power. Smidge. That's all they were given. Did they adhere to that? Did they have honor and integrity? No. Honor is keeping your word. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's looking. That's what I had learned in school anyway. But no, they decide to do whatever they want. Write any piece of legislation. Legislation I did 60 days on was 42-23, soliciting in the roadway. If you read it right in the middle of it, it has the definition of begging. Soliciting for charitable contributions and donations. That's literally the definition of begging. Okay? And in the Declaration of Independence, the first three rights that it states is life, liberty, and happiness. Pursuit of happiness. My bad. Okay? So Hillsborough County Board of Commissioners wrote this statute. Said you don't even have the right to life. You don't have food and water and shelter. You cannot ask another human being for help unless it's them. Okay? So I buck on the system. I don't listen to it because I listen to natural law. Don't murder, rape, don't steal. Don't do unto others what you wouldn't want done unto you. So they threw me in jail for 60 days, said, Mr. Johnson, will you plea out? We will let you out today. You just say you are guilty of this heinous crime. I said, no. I know what my rights are. I know in 2016, the Supreme Court told you not to do this. Now I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to take you to court, file my lawsuits. Okay, I'm still out here begging. I did it today. Need a little money, you know? No, actually, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I had been running errands all day. Came here to do some work, make this video, get some stuff done on the internet. But my fellow Americans, on the 4th of July, we celebrate one fact that our representatives and our public servants seem to forget. And that's in the Declaration of Independence. We gave our representatives and our servants a tad of power, and we told them, hey, look, here's your restrictions. Make sure you stay within these boundaries. Okay, we're watching you. The rest of the citizens that form the self-governing body of the United States are watching. We're watching you. Wherever the camera is on this thing, got our eyes on you. We're watching you, keeping an eye on you to make sure you don't become despotic, tyrannical, dictatorial, like a king. We don't have that in America. No, sir, we do not. But anyway, when we warned them, hey, look, these are your restrictions, Constitution, Bill of Rights. Remember, Declaration of Independence has another little bit of information in it. It says those that are not representatives and public servants, the citizens that are not. The citizens are just going about their free day, keeping an eye on the representatives, the public servants, and the volunteers. Well, guess what? Y'all have the authority, what does it say? We have the authority, the power, and duty to take away. No, we have the authority, power, and duty. No, we have the power. We have the authority, right, and duty to take away the power of the volunteers because it's a power struggle. Okay? The representative citizens, or the citizens that represent and serve, it's them against the citizens that don't. And the citizens that don't have the ultimate power. We have the authority, the right, and duty to take away the power of the servants and the representatives if they get too crazy, too authoritative, too tyrannical. My fellow Americans, that's our duty. If you have citizenship, okay, if you're a United States citizen, that's your duty. That's the price you have to pay to own that citizenship. You got to keep the people who rule you, your government, representatives, public servants, your law enforcement officers, city councils, your senators, your congressmen, Congress as a whole, the Supreme Court, the president, all those things, you got to keep those people accountable because they're just citizens and human beings just like you and I. They're nobody specials. They're nobody specials just like me. I'm nobody special. I don't think I own anybody. I don't have a right to tell you what to do. No, sir, I do not. No one has a right to tell me what to do. No one has the right to write on a piece of paper. You can't beg for money to get food and water. You don't have a right to life anymore because we say so. Well, who are these people? Not their names. I could care less about their names. I want to know, who in the hell do you think you are that you can write down on a piece of paper a law that I have to abide by just because you say so? Because you have an armed assassin at your command that will do anything he is told and do it with a smile on his face. I say no more, nope. It's time to take our country back. Because in the same Declaration of Independence, it does say we can abolish our government. It says we can start over. We can start over. We sure can. 330 million Americans starting over could get real ugly, right? And we know the government doesn't want to, they don't want to give up that power. They're power hungry. It's crazy. You can't deal with these people. Well, the way I see it and the way our founding fathers seen it is there's going to be two ways for our citizens or us as citizens get our rights back, get our country back. One is through the court system, and I hope somebody has some common sense and some patriotism to look at what the first three documents of this country, the founding documents, actually say. And instead of creating new laws, new laws, new laws, how about rereading the original ones and living by those documents? It's a tall order in America these days, isn't it, my friends? Tall order. But that's okay. I'm here. I'm going to help you. We can get through the storm together. We can persevere. I'm just terrified of this government. They're just crazy. They do not want to give up all that power. And our founding fathers knew. They gave us the ability to do it. It's right here in black and white, government white papers. Okay, we just need honor and integrity in our public servants and our government representatives. That's what we need. That's what will save this country. If not, they're going to might be the other route. The other route is the Second Amendment. That's a lot of dead people, y'all. A lot of dead people in America. We go to the Second Amendment, taking up arms against our fellow citizens and fellow human beings. Why? Because someone's a narcissistic egomaniac. Think just because they write something down on a piece of paper, the rest of society must come to heel. I wrote something down on a piece of paper. These group of guys agreed with me. That dude over there got a gun and body armor. You will do what we say, or we will blow your brains out. That's what they mean. That's what they're gonna do. Put you in a cage. You resist. You're dead. It's not right. It's not right. Title 42. I'm sorry, U.S. Code Title 42, 1983. Civil lawsuit against our fellow citizens that are representatives and public servants. If you're tired of it, there is a way to do it in court. But if you're just going to say, oh, I voted, I pay my taxes, I've done my share, well, don't complain about what's going on in the world. Because they're just going to keep on doing it. Because they're just stealing from you with taxation. And you're just voting in the next person is going to rob you. That's all you're doing. I don't vote. I don't. Convicted felon. Stood up for my rights. And I'm okay with that. I'm not going to vote a monster in. Why would I do that? It's insane. Anyway, it's almost time for dinner. The library's going to be closing here shortly. Like I said, U.S. Code Title 42, Section 1983. And watch out for my next video. That's going to be U.S. Code Title 18, Sections 241 and 242. This will be covering deprivation of rights and conspiracy to commit deprivation of rights. And those two sections of law are actually criminal charges you can charge a law enforcement with, officer with, a judge, congressman, senator, president of the United States when high crimes are committed. Laws are out there, my fellow Americans. We just need to apply them because we have the right to. We have the authority. And most importantly, we have the duty to hold our fellow citizens accountable for their actions against us. I love you, America. Merry Christmas. Have a happy New Year. And fight for your rights. I'm Doc with Tampa Bay Freedom Press. Have a Merry Christmas.